friends, welcome back to our channel. I'm Steph.
And I am Michelle, and this is episode 10 of our basement renovation one-room challenge.
And today we're going to show you how to build drawers for undermount slides and how to install them.
Now, we are not experts at all. In fact, this is the first time we've built drawers, but what we want to show you is that we are beginners. This is our first time. We are just DIYers, and
we did it.
We learned how to do it, and we learned it from the Bourbon Moth Woodworking. And we will put a link to his YouTube video on ours so you can see his method, and we used his method.
His methods are excellent.
Yeah.
So we already have our Undermount drawer slides mounted, but we're going to show you how we did that. And again, you can refer to the Bourbon Moth's video to see how he did it as well. But essentially, we just took some scraps of the plywood that we used, and we're going to put it inside the face frame and slide it all the way to the left. Then we're going to take a pencil and make a mark at the bottom too.
And it's also pushed up to the very top of the cabinet box. And then a mark right here, which will show the placement of the bracket for the drawer slide.
Then we're gonna mark 3/8 of an inch to the left of that line. Now that we have our line marked at 3/8 an inch, and we also know where we drew from the face frame, we're going to secure the bracket right in that spot.
The brackets are secured to this scrap piece of wood just with a screw, and it's a lot easier to secure them before you actually install the scrap board into the back of the cabinet. So just a little tip for you, and we'll show you now how to install the drawer slide. Now you just take your drawer slide and hook it right into that bracket that's already installed in the back of the cabinet, and we're going to push it in till it's about 1/8 of an inch from the front of the face frame, and secure them into place with a small screw into the face frame.
To determine the size of our box, we're going to use the length of our drawer slides for the length of the drawer. In our case, that's 21 inches. And then we're going to measure from the outside of each drawer slide after they've been installed. And that is going to be the dimension of the inner pieces of the drawer.
And the height is a minimum of 1 inch less than the opening. We are using a plywood because it will be a little bit more stable with no seasonal movement, and they clean up really easily. So we are adding a dadoed groove to each of the side rail pieces. Now this is going to hold the bottom panel of the drawer. The panel needs to sit 1/2 an inch up from the bottom of the drawer to allow clearance for the undermount drawer slides. We set up the fence to 1/2 an inch, then set the blade depth to 1/4 inch for the dados. We don't use a dado stack here, so we'll run the boards through 2 times to get the 1/4 inch dado groove. Now essentially you'll be left with 4 pieces of wood, the 2 side rail pieces, and 2 internal pieces for the front and back of the drawer. The most simple way to assemble the box is with brads. However, we are using pocket screws, and either option is fine. The way you secure the box is key though. So the direction of the brads or the screws means that every time you pull that drawer open, you're pulling the opposite direction than the brads or screws are put in. And this will make sense in a little bit when you see the drawer being put together. But this will essentially just mean that the drawer will never get pulled apart. So the pocket screws do take a little bit more time, but again, either option will work. Then you'll want to choose one of the internal pieces, and we're going to add a notch to the inside of the internal piece to accommodate for the drawer slide, and it will sit flush at the bottom of the drawer. You'll mark over 1.5 inches and then up 1/2 inch, and this will be the back internal piece of the box and you will never see it. Be sure to mark each side of the drawer, one for each drawer slide, and then you can cut the notches out. You basically can use whatever saw or tool you have on hand. We chose to use a jigsaw, but anything should work just fine. Here you can see how the back internal piece will sit right over these drawer slides. Now we have our 2 pieces that are the length of the slides and 2 internal pieces, one with the notches cut out. Then you'll need to cut the bottom panel to fit inside the 1/4 inch groove, and we made those grooves on all 4 pieces. And now we're ready to assemble the drawers. And the Bourbon Moth did use a little bit more simple method, but essentially we're just adding a little bit of wood glue here, and then we're going to secure each side together with the pocket screws. And you'll just want to make sure that you're lining up those grooves so you have that place for the bottom panel. Once we had 2 sides secured with the screws, we were able to slide the panel into place. You can see that the panel is up about 1/2 inch, and that is where it's going to fit right into that dado groove for the last piece of the drawer. Secure the last side into place and the box assembly will be complete. Here's a look at the drawer. You can see the back side has the pocket holes and the notches for the slides, and then the front piece also has the pocket holes, and that will be covered by your drawer front. So the sides are nice and clean, no brad nails, and looks wonderful. These orange pieces come with the slides, and they basically lock the drawer slides into the drawer. So once they're installed, you can pinch them side to side, and this will allow you to just unlock the drawer and remove it. On the back of the drawer slides, there is a tab, and this will lock the drawers into place in the back. So you're going to insert your drawer and just basically bang it a few times, and this will leave a mark so you know where to drill holes. Take a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill down 1/2 inch where the marks are. This will create just enough space for those tabs to be inserted into the drawer. To install the drawer, you'll want to fully extend the drawer slides, set the drawer onto them, and then push it back into place so it locks in both the back and front. And now you have nice, beautiful sliding drawers.
Okay, so this is an afterthought. We already built our drawers, then we decided that we wanted this top edge to look a little bit nicer. So we are just going to show you what we're going to do on a scrap piece of wood since we already built our drawers, but this is exactly what we did. We bought some of this birch veneer wood. It has an adhesive backing, and we're going to put that all along the edge of this plywood, and then it just makes a beautiful drawer. So what we're gonna do first is cut this a little bit longer than the length of the drawer. So we're going to put this banding on and center it on the piece of wood, and then we're just going to use our iron to activate the adhesive. And the key to doing this is you have to use a lot of heat. If you don't get it hot enough, it's not going to stay. So just go back and forth, and you'll want to get it hot, too hot to the touch is what we're going for. Now we're going to use a utility knife and score across the edge. And then we can flip it over and just snap it. So we are left with a little bit of a ridge here. So to treat that, we are going to run a piece of 80 grit sandpaper on both sides, and that will take care of the problem. So we're just gonna wrap our sandpaper around a little scrap piece of wood, and we're going to just sand on an angle, and it's going to smooth that edge right out.
After the drawers were assembled, we also applied some wipe-on poly to them to seal the wood, and that will help keep them clean as well. Now, you'll see footage here of us securing the drawer fronts, and we will have a separate video on how to make these in the future. We just have not edited our footage yet, so you can also check out the video that the Bourbon Moth has on those. But be sure to come back to see how we made ours as well. These drawers also wouldn't be complete without this gorgeous hardware we got from Amarok. I love how the gold pops off of this navy, and they are just perfect for this DIY cabinetry. You can't even tell that we made them ourselves. We hope you enjoyed this video and felt inspired to try making drawers yourself. You don't need to be a pro to do it. You don't even need any fancy tools. Just takes a little bit of time, and you too can do it as well. We also want to thank Bourbon Moth for his amazing tutorials, because we would not have tried it without feeling confident we could do it after watching his movies as well. So again, thanks for watching. We're glad to have you here. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can get more DIY inspiration each week, and be sure to leave your comment. We love hearing from you. And as always, here at Sunnyside Design, we hope to bring your home to the sunny side of the street.